Hi guys. You can actually see Ivy in the corner in the couch bed chair thing I got. Hi everybody. So this is my Summerween wrap up. This may or may not be in the last vlog for Summerween because stuff kind of got smidge out of hand at the end of the week. Just stuff that I do not talk about online. But this week I finished 3 books. Oh, God, I'm just knocking my laptop over. I finished 3 books, which is pitiful for me, if I'm being honest. I DNF'd 3, and I got halfway through 1, and didn't even start 2. I did have an extremely ambitious list for Summerween, but let's just go ahead and talk about it, because I have different reasons for different things. So let's talk about the books I finished first. I actually got 2 4-stars and 1 5-star, so I'm super happy about that. I have Tales from the Haunted Mansion Volume 1, which I gave 4 stars. I'm going to be completing the series probably in a special video near when the movie comes out, because I totally forgot there was a movie coming out until not that long ago. So there's that. And Tales from the Haunted Mansion Part 2, which I actually gave 5 stars. I thought this one was way more sophisticated and just better written than Volume 1. This one is just a blast. It is thoroughly entertaining. All of the stories are balanced. We have 3 of my favorite archetypes for this kind of genre. We have the haunted fair, we have the something living in the walls, and we have, what was the third one? Okay, now I forget. It wasn't even that long ago. Oh, vampire. We have our vampire story in here as well. So, super impressed with this series, honestly, and I really want them to make an adult version of this series because, mwah. And I'm not a huge anthology fan, but this, oh, it's good. Then, A House with Good Bones, which I gave 4 stars. This is more absurdist, more ridiculous, more fantasy than it is horror. It's what I like to class as cozy horror. I really liked it. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews with this, but it is a solid 4-star for me. Again, I pick up T.kingfisher and I really like it. If you really, really liked The Ones That Move the Dead from T.kingfisher, you may not like this one as much. This is much more like The Twisted Ones and The Hallowed Places, something like that. Much more like those than it is The Ones That Move the Dead. The Ones That Move the Dead, if I remember correctly, is actually a Poe retelling. So T.kingfisher took a Poe poem and turned it into a narrative story. I could be wrong, I could be misremembering which of the great Gothic authors that book is based off of. And there's another one like that coming out later this year. But I adored this book. I, yet again, really, really love this. It's just perfect for summer, in my opinion. Okay, then I'm going to get into what I DNF'd and why. So, I DNF'd in the first video very quickly When Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams. Not because I don't like it. I love this thing. I have been wanting to read this for days. But because it is not a reading challenge book. This thing is heavy and hefty and thoughty, and this is not the kind of book one could just casually sit down and read. This is a political / law thriller, and it knows its stuff. I am thoroughly impressed. This is probably around where my book is going to sit once I finally actually get the time to sit down and write it. We're not going to talk about that today. You okay, babe? Sweetie, just lay down. It's okay. I promise you won't fall over. Mommy has it all nice and secured. Ivy's not sure about this, chair yet. Anyway. It is gorgeously written. Absolutely stunning prose. I can't even, it's gorgeous. But this is the kind of book that would be great for a class, that would be great for a book group. It is thoughty, it is discussion heavy, it is involved, it is thought-provoking. Again, this is where my book, the sort of genre space I want my book to sit in. And this is just, all I can do is hope that my writing is, and my book is this good, because just, wow. This is more than likely a future 5-star from me. I'll let you know later. I'm going to try and finish it by the end of the month, so it'll be in my month wrap-up, but I DNF'd it because it's just, I would have finished this and not read anything else for the challenge. So, and then I have 2 more traditional DNFs, so I DNF'd Hidden Pictures very quickly into this. It is very well written, do not get me wrong, but I was bored to tears. I knew it was slow burn walking in. I knew that. I just didn't realize it was that much of a slow burn walking in. And I know people are going to say it's not that a slow burn because, like, creepy picture starts happening really fast. And I love mixed media in books. I love art. Art in adult novels. More of this, please. But I just couldn't get into it. And I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was because I tried the audiobook. I don't know why. But I personally could not get into it. And I kept having to force myself to read it. And once I have to force myself to read something, I know it's not even going to be a 3-star. So I just decided to DNF it. And then Horrorstor, which I still kind of like the premise of. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I think I got to page 5. I think I got to chapter 5. And I was just trying to read it and realizing that I didn't like it. Like, I got what was happening. I get what the author's setting up, and I honestly think he wrote this because he was bored in IKEA. And that's one of the things I like about Grady Henderson, I think that's how you say it, is that his stuff is different. It's innovative. It's like a traditional story, but like in a new environment, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, I just wasn't interested. Like, stuff is happening, and I don't care about the people that it's happening to. This is not at all like, what's that one? Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I think that's the title. Or Final Girls Support Group. Those, I just absolutely fell in love with the characters and had to know what was happening. In this one, I really don't care. So, I don't know why. Grady Hendrix seems to be, like, he just seems to be a hit or miss for me. And this was a miss. So, that is unfortunate. And I'm going to then go into the 2 other books that were actually in my TBR and then talk about this other one. So, I didn't read either of the romance novels. Again, not a big romance reader. I really do need to pick these up because of the challenge. So, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish them in the next 2 days. And then start stuff over again. Because I'm just not a huge romance reader, and I'm doing that, like, whole romance challenge, and I was supposed to do these as part of it, so these still need to be read before I read my next 2, but, didn't even open these. Then, I stumbled into this at the library. I wish I would have found it before, because this is just perfect Summerween vibes. Like I was saying in the vlog, like, I'm very much a mood reader, and cozy mystery just spoke to me at the moment. So this is Death in Cobb County, and it is a cozy mystery. This is the first in a cozy mystery series, and I am loving it so far. I think I've been reading the audiobook because I've been reading it while I've been building furniture. So I think I'm on chapter 8 now, actually. I have no idea how far I am through. Hold on, I can go out in a second. Could it be my phone? I'm not sure. Okay, so I think I'm at chapter 8. So, basically, she owns a bookstore, she's a cryptozoologist, and she is consulting on this case with a sheriff who's from out of town, who's the new chief of police in this tiny little town that's a different tiny little town than she lives in, but we still have, like, tiny town vibes, and we are just starting to meet the cast of characters. This is the first book in a, cozy mystery series, so like it has a lot of that build-up going on. Even with all that world building, it is phenomenal. I'm a big fantasy reader, I'm a big science fiction reader, so like detailed fantasy, detailed world building is not a thing that I struggle with the reading, but it's nice, it's good, it's fun, it feels like it's definitely the beginning book, but it also feels like the middle of a series. So this is a very prolific author. Right here it says that USA Today bestselling author, but I think it's the first thing I've ever read from her, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It is a blast. So I will let you know about this in my wrap up for the month, what I thought. So yeah, it's great. I love it, but that's where we are. So I read all of 3 books for a week, which for me is really not great, but I had so much work to do this week. It's not even funny. It's kind of a miracle I got through these 3. And I didn't like 2 others, so there's that. But anyway, all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. So yeah, I will link somebody's, not mine. Oh, how do I want to close this? So yeah, I will update you guys on Death in Cobb County and When Justice Sleeps, probably in my July monthly book wrap up. But just remember, it doesn't matter how much you read or what you read, the fact that you're reading makes you a reader. And do not take me, somebody who is always reading, who has that luxury, because I do, and will oftentimes listen to an audiobook while I'm doing other tasks and other things, and a lot of what I do is read. Don't take that as like you not reading enough. Reading as much as you want is valid. So anyway, I'm gonna go and work on my book, actually, because that's really, really good. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, I want to